Obergefell v. Hodges, which made marriage equality the law of the land on June 26, 2015. I found myself in that case not by plan, but by happenstance. I had been with my partner, John, for more than 20 years, and on June 26, 2013, the Supreme Court struck down the Federal Defense of Marriage Act in their decision, United States versus Windsor. And I was standing next to John's bed, holding his hand, when that decision came out. John at the time was in at-home hospice care, dying of ALS. That Windsor decision is sinking in. I realized that here's our opportunity to get married and have at least the federal government see us, recognize us. So I proposed, and he said yes. And we lived in Cincinnati, and Ohio at the time had its own state-level version of the Defense of Marriage Act, which defined marriages only between one man and one woman. So we had to figure out where to go, how to take a dying man with no physical abilities to another state to do something millions of others took for granted. So we got married in Maryland at BWI Airport inside a chartered medical jet. And we flew home, and that was all we wanted to do. We just wanted to get married and be able to call each other husband and husband. Well, because of a newspaper article about us, a local civil rights attorney, Al Gerhardstein, reached out to us through friends and asked if we would be willing to meet. Al came to our home 5 days after we got married and pulled out a blank Ohio death certificate and said, "Do you guys understand that when John dies, his last record as a person will be wrong? Here where it says marital status at time of death, Ohio will say John was unmarried. And Jim, your name will not be here where it says surviving spouse name." It broke our hearts, but I think more importantly, it made us angry. So when Al asked if we wanted to do something about it, we said yes. 8 days after we got married, we filed suit in federal district court. The case was assigned to federal judge Timothy Black. He had to clear his docket because of John's health. And that meant 11 days after we got married, I was in federal district court in Judge Black's courtroom for the hearing on our case. And we won that same day. John died 3 months later to the day. After he died, of course, the state of Ohio appealed. So we filed our appeal with the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court accepted it. They heard oral arguments on the case on April 28th, 2015. And then June 26, 2015, they released their ruling affirming the right for queer couples to marry nationwide. And I burst into tears. And I could hear people around the courtroom sobbing. In fact, Al told me later he's never seen so many attorneys crying in a courtroom. No surprise, my first thought was, John, I wish you were here. I wish you could experience this. I wish you could know that our marriage cannot be erased. What I wasn't expecting to feel was this realization that for the first time in my life as an out gay man, I felt like an equal American.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would love to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Blessings and safety to the elect. All right, America is Sodom. Okay, America is modern day Sodom. All right, and it says President Obama called the Supreme Court's decision affirming the constitutional right of same-sex couples to marry a victory for America that had made our union a little more perfect. Okay. And hey, man, this is done by Obama, man. Okay. But hey, man, you know, you Jakes out there, man. Okay. The Lord has forbid, okay, our people, all right, to live this lifestyle, man. Okay. And hey, man, it says after 775,000 GAY marriages, Americans are still fighting for rights 10 years later. All right. This shit is contrary to the ways of our power, man. Okay. Our power is life. Okay. And this is death, man. Not only is the judgment death, okay, but hey, man, ain't no reproducing going on with two men, man. Ain't no reproducing going on with two women, okay? You put a whole bunch of these type of individuals on one island, they'll die off, man. So this ain't life. Matter of fact, Leviticus 20:13, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them had committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death, and their blood should be upon them. So the judgment, and I'm going to read it in the NLT. If a man practice homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman, both men have committed an detestable act. They must both be put to death, for they are guilty of a capital offense, man. All right? So, hey, man, you know, and it goes for you women too, man. All right? So, hey, man, the Lord ain't playing this shit, man. All right? And I just want to put that out there for Jake, man, okay? But, hey, man, this America is indeed Sodom, okay? Spoke about in Revelations, Revelations, the 11th chapter, all right? In the 8th verse. And it reads, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified, man. And that great city is talking about Babylon, a.k.a. America, okay? That great city, which is spiritually called Sodom, all right? And this is why America is spiritually called Sodom, okay? Because the more activity in this country is out of control, man. Okay, to the point where they're changing, they're giving flesh changes, man. Okay, you can't look all the way up the street and what looks like a woman, man. Hey, let me get your number. How you doing? Hey, can I talk to you real quick? And guarantee that's a woman. All right. This is fucking confusion, man. This is why this place is going to be burnt with thermonuclear fire, okay? Because, hey, man, these are the same acts that were going on in Sodom, all right? Matter of fact, let's go to Genesis, the 19th chapter. All right, this is Genesis. Let me see. Genesis, I'm going to start at 1. It says, and there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot said in the gate of Sodom, Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. And he said, behold, now my Lord, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. So Lot told the angels, to come in and rest, man. Okay? And it says, and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him and entered into his house, and he made them feast and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they laid down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round about, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. So they pressed, they compassed Lot's house, man. Okay, which means they surrounded it, man. Right? And it said they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them unto us that we may know them. And Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. So, hey, the Lot had two virgin daughters, man. Two virgin daughters, right? And he offered them up to these men. Like, look, man, you do whatever you want to do with them, man. Okay? Because I'm going to say this, man. It's some beautiful women in America, man. It's some beautiful women in America, man. So here it is, man. You walk past this beautiful woman, man. Man, hey, look, man, this place deserve a nuke, man, okay? So I'm gonna just say that, man. All right? And it says, good in your eyes, only unto these men do nothing. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn. He will need be as a judge. Hold on. Let me see. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the man put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they worried themselves to find the door. All right, so they was trying to break into Lot's house, man. So the angel had to, smoke them with blindness, so they couldn't find the door to get into the house, man. This is madness, okay? This is madness, man. Okay, but hey, this is why when you read it further down, all right, the Lord, brought down, he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? The doom of Sodom. Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed, man. It was destroyed with thermonuclear fire, okay? And one of the reasons why the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah was for the homosexuality, man, okay? Matter of fact, I got another precept. I think it's in 1 Peter 3. Might be 1 Peter 2. All right, 2 Peter, Shalakia. 2 Peter 2, I believe. I'm going to get straight to the point. It's the 2 Peter 2 and 5. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, man. All right, and this is going into the flood, man. How the Lord brought a flood through, all right? And he pretty much destroyed, he destroyed everything outside of the Noah's family and, the animals that Noah was ordained to bring upon the ark. The Lord destroyed everything else, man. Okay? And it says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly. Okay? So, hey, man, these were examples. Okay? Say, hey, look, man, if you live ungodly, if you take on the same customs as these places that I destroyed, then guess what? You're going to receive that same judgment, man. So, hey, man, America is going to be burned by thermonuclear fire via World War III, man. Okay? This place is Sodom. Okay? Indeed. Okay? So, hey, man, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to end giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Till next time, Shalom.